Hey friends, so for a change of pace, we're going to do a crafting video today. I'm showing you a piece that I picked up at the Dollar Tree, and by the way, pretty much everything comes from the Dollar Tree in this video. This is just a piece of decor that you saw me take apart, and I'm just using the pumpkin part of it. And we're going to cover it with some scrapbook paper. The scrapbook paper I'm going to show you came from the dollar spot at Target, so this little book was $1. But you can get this anywhere. You could also use wrapping paper or anything else you've got around the house. And by the way, if you've got little kiddos, go ahead and just give them paint and a paintbrush and let them decorate the pumpkin. And by the way, at Dollar Tree you can get smaller decor pieces that you can take apart, like I did this one. Or you can get a big pumpkin that's meant to be like a larger sign that you might hang up in your house and just cover or paint the back or the front side or both sides, whatever you want. So all I'm going to do is just trace around my pumpkin. And you saw I already did the one side, and this is just the back side of it. I decided to do both sides, but you don't have to. And then I'm just going to cut it out. Now, if you have really little kids, you might want to help them with the cutting, or like I said, just let them paint. So now what we're going to do is attach our scrapbook paper to our pumpkin, and I'm using Mod Podge, which by the way, you can get in a small bottle at Dollar Tree, or you could use regular Elmer's glue, you could use a glue stick, really anything would work. Anything you've got around the house is just fine. And then I smoothed it out, and that's why I have that little plastic knife there. I smoothed it out a little bit and make sure there's no bubbles. Now, ideally, you want to let this dry completely and then go ahead and Mod Podge the top layer. I am impatient, so I didn't do that. So you can see so far, this is something that most kids would be able to handle. Just throw them outside in the nice weather or put down some paper like I did on the floor here and let them go to town. Alright, so now I've let my Mod Podge dry, so it's fully dry on both sides, and I think it just needs a little bit of jazzing up, so I'm going to dig through my craft stash, and I made myself a little bow from brown string. There's some brown in that plaid there, it's green and brown. So I thought that would match nicely. You could do ribbon if you have that. You could do some fake flowers. Anything like that would work. I'm using my glue gun because again, I'm impatient. And a glue gun tends to go on quick and dry quick, and then I can move on with my life. If you're doing this with little kids, maybe be careful about that. But again, Elmer's glue, something like that, works just fine. Once it's fully dry, if you have some bits that are hanging over the edge of your pumpkin, some bits of that paper, a little piece of sandpaper, just kind of rubbed along the edges will help that out. All right, so I want my pumpkin to stand up. So here are two things that you can use. One is, this is called the tumbling tower game, and then the other one is wooden craft cubes, both from the Dollar Tree. The craft cubes come in the craft section. They're like the size of dice, which by the way, you could use those to make all kinds of games for the kids. Lots of fun. I'm going to use the tumbling towers, which is like they're generic for a Jenga game. They're just really small. But I wanted this to stand up a little bit, so I was playing around a bit with how I wanted to place them. And then I went ahead and glued them down. So let's just put this on my shelf with some other little pumpkin decorations I have for fall. Yes, I know it's early, it's barely September, but I can't wait. So have fun crafting with the kids, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.